श्री श्री आनंदमयी मात की जय. Towards self-realization is the only direction in which to advance. All the rest is vain and leads to suffering. The path of renunciation is indeed the path of bliss. The man who is on the pilgrimage to God is fortunate. The path to him is alone worthy of being called a path. All others are wrong paths, where one meets with troubles and calamities at every step. The man who has gone out in quest of the eternal can no longer remain engrossed in anything that does not lead to self-realization, to the realization of God. Just as when a house is on the fire, one opens the door and leaves it, so one's discrimination and dispassion have been awakened. The question of proceeding in any other direction does not arise. It is a matter of rejoicing that he wishes to join the ashram. The moment his desire to do so is genuine, he has already as good as entered the ashram. The one for whose sake you have chosen this path in order to dedicate your life to him should be remembered constantly. Talk solely for his sake. Be mindful of his words, ever aware of him. Listen to his promptings alone. The purer the mind becomes by the remembrance of him in everything, the more excellent will your work be. As action also none but he manifests. In one's work, one must cultivate purity and sincerity. Having chosen the spiritual path, one should never at all covet anyone's affection or respect, or wish to be helped in one's tasks. At all times, practice patience and self-discipline. Just as when a drop of acid falls into a large quantity of milk, all of it turns sour, so even if a little attachment or anger steals into one's work or service, it is harmful. Remember this. For those who are pilgrims on the path, it is imperative to forge ahead vigorously, energetically, steadily, and at great speed. Sitting in a rickety cart will not do. Dynamic strength of mind is always needed. You yourself have to mold your own life. Keep this in mind. Undertake only work that can be done as worship, so that no time may be wasted by attending to it. Anything at all can be accomplished by sustained effort. You must spare no pains to make the mind concentrated. How many lives have man not frittered away in eating, drinking, and sleeping? I am immortal. This is the idea that should give direction to your life. A brahmachari should never allow his religious practices his acts of service, and so forth to be tainted by anger. For has he not chosen the path of God to attain to the love of him? Travelers on the path are long suffering, humble, and patient. God, in his compassion, has turned their minds in this direction. Suffering is to be looked upon as Bhagwan's mercy to exhaust one's evil karma. Even if thou would make me thine own by punishing me, let thy will be done. Endeavor to remain steadfast and serene, remembering his presence constantly. Do service. Shri Shri Anandamayi Mat ki Jai.